Hello, my dear listeners. I'm Sir Fwogwile, and today I will be reading lore from the book The Wraeclast Chronicles. Tonight, we leave the wet stone of Argham and enter the Vastiri, where the desert remembers through tale women, caravan lore, old cities, and the red dust under every footstep. We will listen to Zarka and Asala, follow Wrathbreaker's broken road, and watch the Maraketh measure a stranger by service before they allow him into memory. Act 2 opens by changing the language of the world. Rain gives way to red sand. Mana rot gives way to open sky. The first lesson of the Vastiri is scale. A person can vanish here, while a story may outlive kingdoms. The desert looks empty only to someone passing through it. For the Maraketh, every route has ownership, every camp carries rank, every tale has a keeper, and every old wound waits for a name.
Hyenic raiders are harassing the trade route ahead. For the time being, we are stuck here.
Zarka's first problem is practical. Raiders have pinned the caravan in place. Beneath that practical need sits the law of the Akara. Movement is life, and anyone who stops the wheels threatens the household. Wrathbreaker is the first man standing against that motion. His name feels made by the road itself, as if carts, ranks, and travelers have all been broken beneath him before. When he falls, the road does more than reopen. The stranger has paid a public price. In the Vastiri, trust begins with witnessed usefulness, then deepens only if the tale can bear the weight.
You defeated the raiders? Fate sends us a fortuitous stranger. Welcome to the Adura Agara. You may travel with us in exchange for your service as a Jingak, and you will have nearly the respect of one of our own for as long as you stay.
Zarka's welcome is generous and exact. Jingak gives the exile a place, though the word also preserves distance. The Ardura can honor a stranger without pretending he has become Maraketh.
I am Asala, the Sekima of the Ardura. I care not where you came from, nor what caste you might have been there. All that matters is that you have shown yourself capable in battle, Jingak.
Asala speaks from another office of memory. She is Sekema of the Ardura, so her judgment is political, military, and ancestral at once. Battle proves the outsider enough to be heard.
We Maraketh are honor-bound to seek and contain corruption wherever it may be found. It seems the sacred duty falls on us once more. Corruption has returned to the Vastiri. Before this season, the Hyenic warriors you fought would never have dared raid a caravan.
Her fear is historical. Corruption has returned to a people already trained by old catastrophes. Hyenic warriors grow bold because the old boundaries have softened and the desert notices before the map does.
This is the tale as it was told to me by our Akara's tale woman before me, and as told to her by the tale woman before her. These words have remained unchanged since the beginning.
Zarka then opens the real archive. Her authority comes from transmission, tale woman to tale woman, voice to voice, words kept unchanged since the beginning. The Vastiri stores itself in mouths before stone.
Many thousands of years ago, we were a simple people, hunters, roamers. We moved valley to valley in search of meat and berries. There was none of the discipline we know today, but that was about to change. These fair plains became barren and lightless. A time those generations called the winter of the world. 1,000 years of ice brought hardship and suffering, but that was only the beginning. To the south, the foreign tyrant An fell, and horrible creatures flooded forth under this darkness, seemingly born of bone and blood and foul magic. Survival meant banding together and creating the strict traditions that eventually became what we know today. To fight was to live. Disorder meant death.
Her history begins before Red Sand. Hunters and roamers become Maraketh through hardship, darkness, and discipline. Survival forges custom, and custom hardens into identity.
In the darkest depths of that era, when hope was but a memory, the twin sister Sekemas, Solarai and Lundara, arose to unite our scattered peoples for the first time. They wielded the essence of gold and silver, gleaming with such ferocity that the grey skies had no choice but to give way.
Solarai and Lundara matter because unity is remembered as a rescue from extinction. Gold and silver are not decoration in this tale. They are proof that leadership can make the sky answer.
The Maraketh were not disturbed. We did not lose hope. We knew who we were, and those values had not left us with the departure of the gods. When the sky burned, when the Vaal fell, when the Eternals came and sought to be our masters, and then fell as well, we endured. We have protected these fair plains for 304 generations, and we will continue to do so for another 304. That is our duty and our birthright.
That is the heart of the episode. The gods vanish, the Vaal burn, the Eternals arrive and fall. The Maraketh remain because their archive is carried by a living culture instead of a single throne.
A tale woman would die before divulging her secrets.
A tale woman dying before surrendering secrets sounds severe until the desert is understood as an archive under siege. Some memories are medicine, others are weapons. Zarka knows both kinds.
Once the seat of power for our people, now a buried testament to a glorious past. We will build a new Keth someday when all this is over, and the Maraketh will shine under the sun once again. That is a promise.
Keth gives the archive a body. A city can be buried and still command promise. Asala speaks of rebuilding because the past is not merely behind the Maraketh, it waits as an obligation.
Jamanra? That's a tale I rarely tell. Every few generations, the Faradans stir up trouble. Jamanra was their most successful attempt at causing problems. A very long time ago, he spread dangerous ideas among the outcasts and spoke to the Maraketh as if they were equals.
Jamanra enters first as a remembered offense. Zarka's tale shows how the archive can preserve prejudice as well as truth. The Faridan Wound will need its own night because memory can protect a people and still misname its enemies.
I must confess that my knowledge of Jamanra seems rather tainted by historical biases. I'm honor bound to do more research before I tell this tale again.
Her admission is precious. A culture that can question its own story has not become dead tradition. Zarka guards the archive, yet she can still hear the crack in one of its older jars.
I will tell your tale, Jingak. Return someday, and you might hear Risu tell it in my place.
That final promise turns the exile into material for future telling. The Vastiri remembers strangers, wars, gods, betrayals, rivers, ruins, and names. Nothing important simply passes over the sand. Tonight we learned that the Vastiri is not empty ground. It is a living archive, guarded by tale women, moved by caravans, ruled by discipline, and haunted by the buried promise of Keth. Next time, we listen more closely to the wound. Zarka nearly names the Faridun, Jamanra, exile, and the dangerous question of who gets remembered as kin. That's all I have for you tonight. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. There is much more lore and many more stories to come. Thank you for taking the time to watch my content. Until then, take care, and I'll see you next time.